I think you're one of the people that I know that has one of the biggest networks, because there's random times that I'm somewhere here in Medellin walking around and I meet your friends, and then suddenly the vibe just changes instantly. Like we're at Casa Canela hanging out, and we're hanging out with I think it was
Juan.
Juan, and then we're just talking, business, and then I mentioned Mike and you, and just accidentally he's like, oh, you know them? Oh, why? And then it just like completely changes. So that's definitely one of the most important parts, right? They say, your network is your net worth. So how has building that, like, what's your go-to for building a strong, powerful network like the one you have?
People ask me that all the time, and I can't really tell you that I have a recipe or a plan. I just think you in general just have to be a good person. I mean, I'm lucky enough to be able to have the ability to travel,
Right.
and wherever it is that I go, I always try to make friends with everyone. It's pretty easy for me to make friends. I,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I guess I don't know. I talk to everyone. It doesn't even matter if it's like the concierge, the cleaning lady, the guy that opens my door. I make friends with the Uber driver. I mean, I make friends with everybody.
Yeah.
And then one person leads you to another person, and you never know who you're gonna meet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been pretty easy. I mean, I've lived in different cities, and I can say that I have pretty good networks in just different cities, in various continents. And just go out there.
Yeah.
Don't be like afraid of talking to people.
Yeah.
Have faith and just know that everything's going to be okay. And as long as you have that faith, you have no fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that gives you the ability to just go out. I have no problem, going out, meeting people. I have no problem going out by myself, even. Whenever I move to a new city, I really try to join as many groups as possible.
Mm.
When I first moved to New York, I knew nobody in New York, and I moved to New York like by myself, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I joined a bunch of meetup groups.
Yeah.
When I moved to Colombia, I got on Bumble. Bumble has a section for friends, not just to meet guys,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like for friends. That's how I met my best friend, Melissa. I met her through Bumble,
Yeah.
and I met a bunch of girls there. I moved to Madrid. Same thing. And you just meet other people that are nomads that are also traveling around and
Yeah.
want to meet people. So I think that, when you put yourself out there, you're going to find that, the world is not a lonely place. There's a lot of people out there that want to meet you as well. So it's just a matter of you going out there and talking to people, and also putting in the time, because friendships, relationships take work, and it's not just relationships with your significant other. You have to put in the work and the time with your friends and with your social circle as well. And I don't mean put in the time by giving them a heart on Instagram,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just, forwarding them a reel or something. I mean, take the time to just, send a message and say, hey, I want to see you. Hey, thinking of you. Or just, make sure that you're staying on top of mind, and you're constantly staying in contact with people. That way they never forget you.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you're unforgettable.
Ah, boom. There it is. Yeah, but that's a lot of work, right? A lot of people don't put in the work like that.
A lot of people don't put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. And a lot of people tell me, you have so many friends. How many best friends do you have? And I'm like, my best friend circle is like 26 women. And they're like, that's impossible. You can't have 26 best friends. And I'm like, no, it's possible. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, like my one best friend has been in my life for 36 years. We're still close since we were,
Yeah.
like young. I have most of my best friends have been in my life for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are my best friends because they've been in my life for a really
Yeah. Yeah.
long
Yeah.
time. And these are women that I constantly, talk to, and we make a point of seeing each other,
Yeah.
throughout the year. So, you have to stay in touch. But when you love someone, it's not a lot of work. It's just natural. You want to see the people you love. You want to spend time with them. So what I do is, like, whatever city I'm going to go to, I'm like, okay, it's hard. Like, if I'm going to be in a city for 1 week and I have like 10 people that are like, hey, you're here, I want to see you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I can't do individual dates. I'm like, okay, one day at my house, one get together, everybody come over at the same
Everybody.
time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
get it all out at the same time. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that if the love is there, it's not really work.
That's true. Yeah, if you love what you do, it's not work, and then if you enjoy fostering those relationships, it's gonna just come naturally. Yeah.
That's really what it is.